Hello, Jared. What's up? Welcome. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming. Cool. So we're gonna do this thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Stay tuned, guys. Read it. Hey, Jared. Thanks for coming.
Cool.
So whenever I see you, whenever we talk, you're always so chilled and soft-spoken and laid back and just really chilled kind of guy, very soft-toned. Have you always been that way?
Yes, I guess so.
Really?
Maybe. Yes. People tell me that I am, but I mean, I don't feel like I'm always like that.
Is it? I guess from an outsider, that's how I would describe you. Very chilled, very laid back, very soft spoken. Anyway, so do you have peace in the mind? Do you have peace in your head?
Yes.
Do you?
I do.
That was very quick. There was a quick answer. Really? Wow. Can you elaborate more? Can you break it down? What do you mean?
I just not worried about anything really. Just relaxed. I can enjoy life.
You don't worry about anything? Honestly?
Yeah, not
Seriously?
necessarily. Not necessarily.
For real?
Sometimes maybe I might think about things a bit, but generally I just try to. I think if I pray, I start to feel better.
Have you always prayed? Have you always prayed? I mean, for you not to worry. Geesh, I know that God loves me, right? And I understand from a spiritual side when you say that you don't worry. But obviously there can't be any comparisons. People are not the same. And you were very quick to say that you have peace in the mind. I'm jealous. How do you get that right?
Wow.
Break it down. How do you think you get that right?
Okay, well, first of all, I do take medication for depression and stuff, but
wow.
I personally don't believe that has a lot to do with the worrying thing. For me, I think I've just learnt that, I've learnt that God is faithful, really. Not to say other people may not have learnt that, but I think I've kind of just said to God, there's no other way, or I've seen that there's nothing I can do right now. So I've kind of just learned, I guess, to not worry about it, because people say worrying doesn't help, I guess maybe I've just realized.
Don't worry, be happy.
I mean, it depends. Yeah, it depends on what it is.
That was a song, you know that, right? Don't worry, be happy. Did you get that? Okay, but
yes.
Anyway. Okay.
By a jazz vocalist.
Yeah. So listen, I hear you talk about God quite a bit. So what has God rescued you from?
A lot.
Dude, the show is about being raw and real, hey? That's why I called you here. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I feel the nervousness. I'm also nervous as well because people think actually that I'm actually an anxious person. I have stage fright. I don't talk much because I'm a deep thinker. I'm in my mind a lot. But hey, my calling is this, so I guess we both are the same boat here. But I'm holding your hand, brother.
Yeah.
I think we can help people out. Yeah. So when you say God has rescued you from a lot, Because like I said, I see you as this chill, don't worry, be happy kind of guy, but then you don't, there's always a story. People always come from a story. You know, you're a musician and you play a guitar, that's what I know more or less, like chilled vibes. But I know behind the chilled vibes and that smile and that goodness, there's some brokenness. So what has God rescued you from?
Wow, like so much. I feel like I've actually, before being a Christian, I had actually reached a point in my life where I felt like this is rock bottom. You know, I don't know how to describe that really. It's like beyond depression. It's beyond, you know, hopelessness or whatever. It's like, so I've been there, you know. And just knowing that, you know, once I gave my life to God, how he started to, not maybe almost instantaneously, I feel like he removed a lot of physical things that I was struggling with, but he was still working on me internally. So like, I was into drugs and stuff, nothing too hectic. I mean, I was going down that road, but I used to smoke weed so much. I used to drink a lot, even by myself, you know.
What were you running away from? Is it trauma?
Yeah, I guess I think when my parents got divorced, when I was a kid, I was like 6, 7, 8. I think just the whole struggle of that really affected me, because I think I had a happy home from what I could tell. I mean, my brother and sister were there, you know, and then maybe also because of the person that I am, the type of person.
Which is?
Sensitive, I guess. It really did affect me, you know, it really messed me up. Like, I'm not going to say that that's give all the blame to that, you know, I also made my own choices and stuff, but yeah, I was just a broken person. Like, it was just downhill from there for the rest of my life, really.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. So when did you have the encounter with God?
My parents, to try to put it in a nutshell, my parents, which is also weird, just weird, let's say. My parents were Christian. They would go to church and stuff. So for a good amount of time as a kid, I was brought up that way. But then they got divorced, and then, you know, everything fell apart from there. And then sorry, I'm trying to remember.
No, it's okay, bro. It's okay. I'm glad you're here.
Um,
I'm really glad you. Do you know why? Because a lot of people talk about, because whenever, like, I've also experienced a lot of trauma when I was growing up, and it's definitely not because my parents separated, because my parents were together until my father passed away, and my mother never remarried. But I always hear people that's abused drugs before. They always say that, well, it started off when my parents separated.
Yeah.
And you know what? As someone that's an outsider that doesn't really know that what it does to a child when parents separate. I know my husband's spoken about that quite a bit as well, that it breaks you.
Yeah.
You know? And I was naive. I was like, oh, come on, man. How can you, like, people had so much intense trauma, and I mean, your parents just separated. Is that really the core reason? So I get it now. I get it that, look, this thing is, you know, I think also people that are quick to get married or rush into marriage or just have children should consider, because majority of people have said that they actually, it started off when their parents separated, where they kind of like started losing their ways. Yeah, so I get that, dude. I get it. Well, it. And thanks for opening that. Yeah, you were saying?
Well, like, you can, like, you know, it's easy to think of it just as your parents splitting apart, but when they split, you know, you introduced to different worlds. You know, like my mom would have one boyfriend, and then, you know, you don't like that person, and that person is now trying to like influence your life. It's just a whole mess, you know. And maybe that person, you know, is also just a broken person. So like you consider all these things. My mom also didn't have a lot of money at the time. So I mean, we were living with family where we could, here and there, type of thing. Yeah.
But I'm so proud of how far you've come, dude, because you're married, you've got your own crib, you're trying to do this thing called life, bro.
Yeah.
Like, and I mean, you are a worshiper. You know, you play musical instruments. How did your musical talent start, and when and how, and why did it, has it always been in worship, or was it commercial? Because you're quite good, you're very talented.
Thank you. I started off with hip hop, started rapping. That to me was as much music.
Am I allowed to say white boy rapper? No.
Yeah, you are.
Can I? Oh, sorry, I had to.
No, you can say.
Sorry,
you say what
without
you
it,
want.
you know what I mean? Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So that was where my
Where did
musical...
you get that platform from? Where was hip hop in your area?
Just different influences, different
Okay.
people. I think people at school.
Okay, cool.
I was in Wendywood High.
Oh, okay, that explains it. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
cool.
so I think it probably started
Got
there.
you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But then I only decided to play guitar when I was like 21.
That's late. So there is hope. Because I have a
Yes.
drum at home, and that thing's just collecting dust. So there is hope.
Yeah, there's always hope, but I mean, you should just do it. Like if you feel like
I'm
you
making a
want to.
noise for them. I'm making a noise
For who?
for the family.
Alright.
Yeah. Wow, that's cool. Okay, so, but now you play for a church, right? Worshipping.
Not
Worship-
anymore.
Not anymore. Okay.
I used to.
Okay.
I played since 2012.
Yeah, I remember. That's where I know you from, actually.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Going back to medication. So, what medication are you on, if you don't mind me asking?
It's called
What's that for?
depression.
Oh, depression.
Mhm.
Okay. Geez, you know what, dude? A lot of people, like anybody, it doesn't matter who you are, what you are, a lot of people are on meds, eh? A lot of people on meds. We had people visit, I don't know how many times, like constantly, like you can't even, you don't need to be put in a class. So people are really, it's not just you that's on this road. Clearly a lot of people are suffering from depression, and I know we're running out of time now. It was such a pleasure having you here. I'm just thinking that and a lot of them want to come out of the meds, and they say when they come out of the meds, they then I don't know, they get withdrawal symptoms, and then they have to go back on the meds. What are you experiencing being on? Have you been on the meds for a while now?
Yeah.
What are the side effects?
Side effects for me, my head sometimes just, I guess, feels foggy. Or I think I used to describe it as almost feeling numb in a way. Not like 100% numb, but there's like this numbness. For me, the thing is, I mean, I've tried to stop cold turkey. My gran actually prayed for me. I believed, you know, that I was healed. And it just got to a point where I had to go back on the meds. Then I've tried to wean off of the meds before. That also, you know, didn't really work for me. So I don't know, because it just depends on your journey, your personal journey. We look at antidepressants normally as a negative thing or an anti-spiritual thing. But really, it's just a medical assistance, if you want to put it that way. It's like anything, you know. God gave us wisdom to use certain things and make certain things. And sorry.
No, dude. I'm loving this.
So,
Dude.
So, you know, so like I was saying,
we're all about the underdogs. So.
So I was saying that you know, people think it's anti-spiritual. I've had people pray for me, tell me this and that. I prayed for myself. I tried everything. No. This is just my personal journey, and it works for me. Okay. Doesn't mean I'm any much less in a relationship with God, because the thing is, to take meds as well is also an act of trust. You know, I'm trusting God with my life by taking the meds. Otherwise, there's a thing of pride where I'm like, no, I can survive without the meds, you know, God's gonna heal me. But then I'm telling God what to do. God does what God wants to do.
Yeah, got you fully.
Yeah. So in this way, I'm like partnering with God. If I feel that He wants me to go off the meds, He'll show me. He'll tell me.
Fully, for sure. Oh, you're at a good place now.
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah.
Why?
Why? I would say simply just because of God.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like your strong faith. You know, it sounds, you know, people always say simply because of God, and you say it's simply because of God. It's like, oh, there you go, saying it's about God. But it's true. That's how I live my life personally. It's but there's a lot of chaos in my life.
Yes,
but what's keeping me grounded is my faith, and that's why I also had you in this platform, because I don't know, I just sense somebody that's you know, that's full of love, and I see how you're trying to you're trying to make this thing called life work. You know, you've got to make your wife's beautiful. I've seen her. And congratulations, and thank you for coming, dude.
Thank you so much.
Is there anything you'd like to say to them peeps? Any message that you have maybe in your heart?
It's just that God has all the answers, you know, and He is for the brokenhearted, for the real person, not the perfect people or the people who try to be good. No, He's there for the bad people. You know, He's friends with those that need Him, the drug addicts, the people like me or whatever.
It's so cool that we have comfort in God, eh? Can you imagine if He wasn't there?
No.
It is like so cool, man. Like, I wish people could just feel or know how cool it is. Anyway, dude, much love. Thank you so much for coming.